Brothers and sisters, what's popping? They trying to attack this laptop now, y'all. I can see it. It's okay. I ain't mad about it. You know, it's a thing to behold when they hate you so much that they won't even talk about it, but they do whatever they do. Now let's say some shit for real, for real. See, I'm one of the type of people who's not playing with people. So when I say Rick, deal breaker, I literally mean a deal breaker for Rick. And we're not going to get into any of the articles that I've gone into. I'm not even going to put them into the comment section. Not to say that people don't go ever to the links. I have no desire to do that. There's been a change in the trajectory and the itinerary of what I want to speak about. Because now I have to wrap in this shit with El Mencho. My favorite of all the cartel leaders was killed, right? So obviously I feel some type of way. Um, Sickens me. Anyway, somebody gave him up, but it's all right. He went out fighting. He went out on the shield. That's all you can ask for. So at least he got to do that. However, deal breaker. Because I want to talk about how that, I got to wrap that into this whole RIC situation. Do y'all see how they shut it down for my mans? See, when you die, if shit like that don't happen, it's worthless. Your death is worthless and meaningless. When King was assassinated, there were an untold number of riots. Again, the Civil Rights Act was, as people like to say, to quell these niggas, calm them down, pacify them. See, those niggas back then were weak because they didn't ask for cherries on top with pistachios drizzled in milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and then I want not the sprinkles, the damn they look like little crystalline candies. I forget what they're called, but anyway, I want all this shit. They didn't settle for that. They just settled for a thing of ice cream, right? They didn't get nothing extra, just some vanilla shit, you know. That's why I don't say nothing when these dudes talk about interracial sexual access, because I laugh about it because I feel like I'm one of the few dudes that really spoke on it and speak on it and talk about it in fullness. You know, it's not a problem to be a problem. It's a problem when we can't come to a conclusion. And that's the thing about a deal breaker. See, a deal has a conclusion. That's what makes it a deal, people. Yes. And when you have individuals who will do things that abridge or otherwise suspend the conclusion, there is no deal. That's a deal breaker. They murdered a man, said he murdered other people. What say you? Do you say that the United States government and the CIA created a problematic situation with narcotics that dates back to um, 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 the mafioso days, right? And mafia literally meaning the death of a Frenchman is the cry of an Italian. So you can't be mafia unless you're actually Italian. You can be mob. Now, boom. Since these dudes don't understand that, right? And I'm giving y'all some games so that way we can all get to the understanding of what happened here and why a deal breaker is a deal breaker, because this shit is nuanced. There's layers of understanding you have to have before you go into even a negotiation. Now, I will get to Django in a little bit if my mind allows me to go back to that and Calvin Candy's introduction into the movie and how he speaks about his interest and whatnot. Now, that being said, a man, woman, child who was in a situation where in which a foreign government creates entities and the ability for these entities to operate with impunity. Because understand, God does not get up off the throne. He doesn't get up off the throne to stop people from killing one another. If that was the case, there would be no thou shalt not kill or whatever. The idea is so that way he's like, you control yourself. This is free will. This is what you guys talk about not having it, but you exercise it every day. People who kill themselves, that's a free will action. Why they do it, I have no idea. I'm riding this shit out. But that being said, these individuals who murdered El Mencho, because El Mencho is one of the few, again, the reason why they went after him is because he's political. He has people right now. There's people that the cartel didn't do what they should have done, and they fucked up. And I've already talked about Rick's friends and how the cartel is one of their friends. And I have to talk about them because it's a major development and it's gonna impact people in different ways. Unless your state just doesn't have a Hispanic population. Word? I'm not playing with these dudes. You don't play with them either. They think they're running the show. They think they're going to do whatever weird ass shit they're up to. You got to press the line. Those are deal breakers. Listen, OG got touched. He ain't make it. That's part of the thing. Now, that being said, Rick, deal breaker, the real one that we need to be looking out for. You cannot make a deal with anyone that will not look you face to face. The fact that that's a deal breaker alone. There will be no deal done. There will be no deal done. When the Most High God manifested himself for Moses, at his behest, he told Moses, no man shall see my face and yet live. And he covered Moses, and Moses seen his hind parts. Now, I'm telling y'all something. You guys think you know something, but you don't know. There are real deal breakers out there in real life where if I cannot, Moses was pretty much telling God at that point, if I cannot see you, it's off. And then he said, what is your name? And he said, I am the being. Now in your King James Version, it says, I am that I am. But the being is much more explanational. And here's why, because to be is to exist. He is the being, so he is existence in itself. And existence takes on a masculine form, not a feminine form, despite all the divine feminine people talk about. Let's keep going. When you cannot be seen face to face, you break the deal automatically. The deal was already broken. Nobody understands that but a person like me and people who think like me. This is basic knowledge. If I cannot see you, what is to stop you from doing whatever you please? Now again, who shall recompense the Most High God? Nobody. But if we're talking about here on this earth, who's going to recompense America based on the ability that they have nuclear arsenal? And they're the only nation to actively have ever used it against anyone else. Sovereign nations. Japan is a sovereign nation that no matter how you feel about their creation, and they nuked them. And they did not nuke military facilities with the specificity of attacking a military constellation. No, what they did was they went and, listen, they went and they fucking touched people up. Regular people. Installation. I said constellation, I'm tripping. Anyway, my point being this: if you blow somebody up with nuclear ordnance, dog, you're not in a position. How would you feel if somebody shot your most beloved family member in the face, murdered him, killed you, and then had the nerve to tell somebody else never to use a gun? Some people would say, oh, well, I should love it. Because they're telling people, nigga, first off, the fact that they're still breathing is crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. The fact that they still have breath in their lungs is ridiculous. Number one. Number two, the fact that you think that an individual who is, again, they're an offender of said act. How can they? That's a deal breaker. Would you let a rapist, molester, any kind of people who force people into sexual acts, whatever word you have for it, chimo, pedo, whatever, right? Would you allow them to speak on a subject of that matter and that magnitude ever? Would you even want to hear what the fuck they got to say? Yes or no? Nope, I already fucking know. So that being said, that means that you're listening to a country that has nuclear assaulted other nations already. Because the fallout we don't know. Now, people talk a lot of shit. Don't know nothing. Same niggas can barely boil fucking water. Order everything Grubhub and Uber Eats and go out to eat and cook, Kraft macaroni. Nigga, don't talk to me about shit because you don't know nothing. I'm talking about some real shit. You got a bunch of people who are literally on the streets because of deal breakers. I'd rather get high than pay my rent. Deal breaker. Fuck it. I'm going to get high. What? Because they want to get high on those hardcore nasty drugs, the ones that really eat your soul. How long I've been up in here? How long I've been chilling? Okay, then. When I move, I'll move on my own recognizance, on my own accord. Not because I ran about this bitch and I can't afford it. That being said, deal breaker. Donald Trump does not realize he's about to break the deal. Because again, you don't even have anybody that they'll meet face to face. Because you're not intelligent enough to know that I can't send anybody who is of any sort of conflict to them. These guys, you're telling me that you couldn't have hired one black or black looking ambassador on the team that goes and handles shit for you, literally face to face with these people? Right. Not a Muslim, non-Muslim who they honor, or they're like, wow, this dude, he gets it. He understands that we're going to worship how we worship, and that's what we do. But they don't have anybody like that. They got the likes of fucking Turk-blooded, Ottoman Empire-blooded Marco Rubio speaking Spanish and English as if that makes him sophisticated. Nigga, you've been dominated. See, Marco Rubio should be looked at as a fucking agent of the Reconquista, but that's okay though. Trump administration not smart enough to do shit like that. That's why I can sit here and talk the shit I talk, nigga. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. When I spit that spit, nigga, I'm gonna spit it for real. And they can take it however they want to. Punk ass niggas. You know, today, I was thinking to myself, I said, do they realize that this shit's about to blow up with Rick? When America attacks Iran, put the time on Taiwan. Put it on there. Put it on there. No. Listen to me. It's already on the clock. Like I'm talking about, you know how like that they have the fucking the time till midnight looking ass niggas. I pray that there's a motherfucking goddamn solar flare that cooks the most important shit right before they think to thinking. So they got to duke it out. I pray they all do electromagnetic warfare on one another. And they cooks all that shit. And it makes it to where you got to duke it out. See, I'm the coldest nigga to think of this shit. Because everybody talking about nukes. I'm like, so what y'all gonna do when there are no nukes? And they could talk about every man, every woman, every child is in this shit. So you niggas ain't never seen no real shit. You niggas ain't ready for that. It's pussycats. You still crying about reparations, nigga. I'm gonna take my shit wherever the fuck I go, nigga. See, again, they owe me $1 trillion. They're not gonna give me $1 trillion. They're not gonna give you $1 trillion. They owe me that. It's not because I bought into their weak ass fucking system. It's because I'm doing the right thing. Now I'm doing my best not to tell my people to go up and wake up the next morning and go smash on some shit that ain't supposed to be there. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, man. Go see y'all politicians. Go to y'all city councils. I'm about to pull up on city council here real soon, nigga. I'm about to take a shower, shave my head, trim my beard up just a little bit, and I'm about to go see these niggas. They're gonna have to take me motherfucking serious because I'm tired of this shit. I got a whole record, nigga. It don't matter. I can still voice what the fuck I want to voice as I want to voice it. And they're not gonna stop me from speaking my voice. And I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Again, nigga, the deal breaker will be if you don't listen to me and you don't take me serious, I'll take matters into my own hands. Not a big deal. Y'all think I'm playing? Nigga, I got a track record that says I take matters into my own hands. I don't care about what nobody talking about. And I will bomb off on a nigga and take their whole head off before I don't let them take it off, nigga. Before I let them take my head off, I'm taking their head off. You sparked that, my boy. One of the greatest things that people never did for themselves was look at what is a deal. It's not just something that's agreed upon. A deal might be bad for one person. Right, people make terrible deals every day. But it might be their way of surviving, or the only way that they know how to survive because they're not willing to take matters into their own hands again. See, I deal breaker means matters into my own hands. We spoke in these parameters. Listen, I love when they told Trump that nigga we could just sink a whole destroyer. Trump's only option is a nuke because they can't send the troop. Listen to me, y'all. You know how many people would love to get next to one of them Israeli soldiers and knock their heads off? Become an enemy of the state to America? They don't give a fuck. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Like, again, this is why this shit, they're trying to keep this shit from, they can't let it go kinetic. They can't. Because there's too many people who would whack these the Israeli soldiers. And they know that. The Israelis know it. That's why they talk all that anti-Semitic bullshit all the time, because they know, like, dude, if it really ever popped off over here, how many of these dudes would just turn on us? Right. They're wiped out. They're literally wiped off the map. Whoever they really are, the whole group would be wiped off the map. That's why they have the Samson option. Right. Again, you cannot make a deal with somebody who's already on deal breaker status. Yeah, niggas thought I was gonna say, "Oh, the deal breaker is this and this," and I was gonna. Yeah, nigga, I'm a real politician, nigga. We come to the motherfucking table with the knowledge. Talk to me stupid, and I'm a scoop slam you with words, nigga, right on your motherfucking egg. And if you say another motherfucking thing, we gonna have these niggas literally pack your bitch ass out. No, don't play with me. Murdered El Mencho, destabilized whatever control there was over fentanyl coming into this bitch. He wasn't the only one. It was forced on these guys. When you're a certain age, you're no longer able to resist like you could when you were younger. You just can't move like you used to. If you really have to get down, you got so many get downs left. You can't waste it on some bullshit that don't matter. Right. These niggas would never run up on a nigga like Chuck Norris or whoever. Not out of respect, because out of the fear that they have, like this motherfucker could beat my ass still. Chuck Norris at 86 years old is still more dangerous than a bunch of these dudes walking around. Till he dies and his whole essence is just removed, he gonna be a dangerous motherfucker. Period. Anybody who's like that and that age and just older dudes, like nigga, run up on Sam Jackson. He about to be 80 in a year or whatever. Run up on him. Run down on him. Run down on one of these really old niggas who got something to lose and see how they treat you if they can really defend themselves just for a second. Not a sneak attack where they can see it coming. Matter of fact, speak it out your mouth if you really about that shit and then see what happens. See, I'm for real life about that shit, about that action, as they say. All the way, nigga. And I never not been about the action. See, I don't say certain shit. I just do certain shit. The deal breaker with Rick was this: coming to Iran in the first place. A spot where if these guys had fucking again, they that should have told the West, listen, the Strait of Hormuz is where the oil comes from, right? The deal breaker is the fact that you niggas even want to come over here and try to press and flex. But the deal breaker was that they never broke the Strait of Hormuz down. Iran was weak for never doing it. Well, they were doing all those deals back in the day. They never built up their shit. See what I'm saying? They didn't do everything they could have done to make it super duper dangerous. No, because all their technology comes from who? All the weapons come from who? All their ideas of all that shit comes from who? Okay then. So if you're not original in any of the thing that you do, and you're a copycat, and you're really a recipient of somebody else's or whatever, no matter what wealth you have internally, look, they give the Africans rockets and landmines and motherfucking IED and vehicle-borne IEDs and airborne IEDs, i.e. the drones. They give them all kind of shit. Word, right on. They give these things to them because motherfuckers have already shed blood. Again, this is a whole life thing about sacrifice and weirdo shit to their death gods. But when you get outside of that, the deal breaker for Iran is really the fact that they never fucking have control. You guys could never make a deal because the deal breaker was already done. They knew that. It's not about embarrassing America and taking them weak ass motherfuckers hostage. It made listen. That situation is one of the talking points that they used for Ronald Reagan and how strong he looked when he got on and they gave the hostages right on up. Listen, you can't confuse a nigga who listens to the words and knows the shit. So if that's the case, again, the deal breaker is that these dudes never closed the Strait of Hormuz down, period. And just like this bitch is closed, nigga, and strangled the shit. They fucked up years ago. Again, all these dudes are weak. See, and listen now, they're weak. Had they just choked the bitch off way back in the day and just bombed on Israel like they could have, or just everybody just flooded that motherfucker, guess what? So-called Israel. I don't know who these niggas are. Right? They just popped up one day and just said they was Israelis. I don't fucking know who the fuck they are. Right on. The scripture that I read, that I understand, is that the people look a certain way because they come from a certain kind of man who was made and fashioned out of a certain kind of soil from a certain type of region. So if they don't look nothing like that, I can totally disregard anything that they say. But just imagining that they are these people, they're putting themselves in peril because they have nuclear ordnance. Why would somebody not want to sabotage them in that region? Like, again, all the weak ass shit that they got going on over there, they're scared to death because they didn't get it the way that God put it in the scripture. Right. Again, it doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Battles that have already taken place, things that have already happened versus scripture of prophecies that haven't never taken place, have never happened. These guys are claiming that they're these people. So again, the deal breakers have already taken place. And the Strait of Hormuz, these niggas are weak, bro. They was afraid to get bombed on by America super tough back in the 60s and 70s. And the Israelis have always had nukes. Okay? Albert Einstein was a Jew, right? All right, then. Who do you think helped create the nukes? Hitler already had nukes. The Germans had nukes. They might even secretly still have them. Some old shit that they didn't put the touch up on. And you're talking about the Germans are pretty fucking smart. Don't let that pink skin fool you. They're pretty smart. They can cook. They can do a bunch of shit. They're pretty smart. Right on. Whether they do it the straight up way or they do some weird ass esoteric fuckery is a whole nother thing. But again, we're talking about deal breakers with Rick. And Rick has already seen the end of the deal breaker with Ukraine. I love this shit. If they allow for Russia to keep the land that they have, it's already over. I mean, the deal breaker's already had. But the thing is that if they had just never asked NATO to fucking try to press Ukraine, or Ukraine never pressed NATO to become involved, again, you guys gotta understand how this shit works out. It's not their fault that they have to do these things. They're the children of 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 the people who didn't, or the Gentile, whatever the fuck they are. And they didn't do right. Or they did right, and now look at them. So no matter what you say, these evil things have to play out their whole hand. And the deal breaker for Ukraine is not the land, y'all. It's not even the resources. It's the feeling of vulnerability for Russia. If Russia could feel like they have the same strategic safety that China does, per se, right? Because Russia doesn't. Russia is much more surrounded by not just the Euro-Asian, but the and I'm gonna break it down. When I say Euro-Asian, that's the Turk-Mongoloid, that's the Slavic uh, Mongoloid, that's the amalgamation of them, and any Negroid or Afroid blood of the peoples that would have been in the lands indigenously and originally, natively. Um, and then there's the idea that these individuals, and again, I'm not talking from a point of view of hyperbolic conjecture. I don't need to lie to you. I don't, as I say, capricious impetuosity. I don't need to come with any of that because it doesn't matter. I'm telling you the fucking truth, nigga. I don't need to lie to your bitch ass. Like, And I love my people, but I'm talking to a bunch of individuals right now. I don't even lie to these bitch ass niggas, bruh. You feel me? Like, who are they? Who are these niggas that have come to the table and taken so much and give nothing back? Gave not a thing back to this realm. Follow my thought logic. The deal breaker was done years ago. Like the same way that Iran is dealing with these dudes, right on. But they didn't see. I already know what I'm doing. I know I'm dealing with a wicked ass system that they're hoping that they outlive me and outlast me and out whatever me. But I watched this shit get created in my life, so I could very well see it die in my life. That's the coldest part they hate about things. That's the shit that they hate about all of that shit. See what I'm saying? They don't want to. They don't want to talk about that. We could see something happen in our lives, be birthed, and then die at the same time in our lifetimes. That is how things work. That's called the cycle. And because individuals have worked so hard to be against the righteousness of anything, deal breakers are already set and established, and they're probably the order of the day, where everything is a deal breaker for some of these people. It doesn't matter. You can't please some of these individuals. America, everything is a deal breaker for them. If the Ayatollah said right now, I'll go out, the Ayatollah himself, and I said, I'll let these people hang me if America leaves my nation alone. We'll abandon any nuclear ambitions and we'll give up every single arm in the country, all of them in the nation, so that America defends us. Did you know that's still not enough for America? Still a deal breaker. They're still going to claim that there's some kind of fucking nefarious action taking place. And even if it was, the fact of the matter is that you expect to be taken upon your word, and yet on other people's word, you completely disregard it. It's something as if, like out of a scientific movie, like one of the movies where the powers that be, and let me think of a really good one, sci-fi slash drama slash thriller. Let's use V for Vendetta. That's a scientific movie, because there's a lot of shit that's going on behind the scenes that people probably didn't realize. But V for Vendetta is a scientific movie, and it's not seen as a sci-fi for most people, but it is a sci-fi flick, and it's not as grounded as you think. If you really go back and watch the movie, V for Vendetta is like some, super person type of shit, like, and some shit that never happens to people. Like, anyway, you get me? Like, to be able to throw blades that hard where you just I don't think people don't understand the skill it would take. This dude's throwing them fucking blades like he's 10 feet tall, pretty much. Like the authority on him. You know what I mean? Like it's some hyperbolic, straight up crazy shit. Like it's not real. But the thing is, the idea of what it represents is supposed to be something. I'm thinking V was a homosexual or whatever the fuck he was, and became a victim of the system, and then because he didn't die, remember right? The explosion happens, all that crazy shit happens, right? But he takes to whatever is going on with him with the experimentation, and it's a sci-fi movie actually. And V for Vendetta is like the vengeance of the scientific experiment gone wrong. It's a classical take on many things that people want to talk about, but the idea is this: is that my people don't realize is that this shit is not scientific with the deal breaker. It's a straight up thing. They did not honor their words. Had they honored their words, we would not be having this conversation. Respect means nothing. Your respect doesn't mean a fucking thing. It doesn't put food in the stomach. It doesn't put clothes on the back. It doesn't put a roof over your head. That's not respect. That's honor. And you had better honor the idea that these guys have already fucked the deal up and broke it many, many, many decades ago. Straight up Hormuz should have never been able to been used for the likes of whatever. And they should have had to have their military action to take over the Strait of Hormuz. Again, all these dudes worked together in conjunction with one another, but also in fear of being nuked. And until they got the nukes, again, once America gave them listen, these dudes talking about they did this, they did these motherfuckers were given the information by the Turks. The same Ottoman Empire that I'm talking about birthed all these other dudes is the reason why these guys all have nuclear proliferation. There is not a nation where the Turks have not been and there are nukes. It's fucking impossible. I'm telling you right now what I know for a fact, and that's the deal breakers because they never dealt with the Turks years ago. The real Ottoman Empire. Not these weak ass niggas who call themselves Turkey. They're fucking trash bags. Right on. Egypt, full of Turks. All those places over there, full of Turks. America, full of Turks. The children of the Ottoman Empire, who should have been wiped out however long ago, right on? Because they're obviously not good people. And they've incepted their way into many DNAs. And I'm just telling you, right on, it's not the Jews. This is not against the Jews. It's just the whole Ottoman Empire is wickedly evil. And they all should have been wiped out. But because they pulsed out of nowhere, came out of nowhere, and the Ottoman Empire is not just the Turks, it's the Mongoloids too. It's the black Mongoloids, it's the black Khans, right? You guys gotta understand it's deeper than that. It's these black ass niggas who you call Moors and Nubians and Egyptians and Ethiopians and them bastard motherfuckers who literally allowed these dudes to become what they are and built them up and unleashed them in so many words. Oh, you think it's by design not to have this shit the way it is? You have a sadist cult and a masochist cult who claim that they worship the same God. If that's not confusion, again, if your God is not the author of confusion, why would he let you, why would you even be fighting with these dudes about anything? There's nothing to fight about. Nothing. Let them say what the fuck they want to say. They can claim whoever is their God to them. Under the threat of death, did these people convert to Christianity and Islam? Right. It's not, these are not natural religion. Judaism is a cult of Hasidic or Assyrian cave dwellers who are Khazars, who came down and were troublemakers. Right. Because they don't have the backing of niggas like they used to. Because, you know, niggas was still deep there. But when the Romans showed up and booted everybody out, now they're claiming there's Roman Jews and these pink-skinned dudes who claim that they were dominated by the Romans and then took over Rome are now the Romans. That doesn't even make sense. Again, listen, man, the deal breakers happened so long ago. The shit that, right. But if we're talking about RIC right now, man, the Strait of Hormuz should have been shut down. They should have never had access to it. The whole earth shouldn't have access to it. This is how weak these motherfuckers are, yo. They should have just shut it down. Again, it would show you who's who, who's really industrious, who really can feed themselves off of what they have. Because their people are all spread out everywhere. They can't afford to do it, y'all. Because their people will die because they are recipients of welfare and the likes. They're not as strong as you think they are. They're not these mighty forces. These motherfuckers are cowards. They're scared of their own shadows. Again, every Gentile thing that crawled upon the earth should have been wiped out. Period, point blank. And that ain't no fucking hate crime to say that. They're here. They're, who what? I'm going to take all of them out? Nigga, what? The fuck out of here. Eat a dick. Right on? I can say that. They should not be here. The same way that motherfuckers feel that my people are monkeys and cave dwellers and say how we're subhuman, even the word human, again, that's a Gentile word. That's a word for them. They're not people. The word human is not even a real word. Persona means person in Latin. So let's talk about it. Again, deal breaker, RIC. You're not a person. You're a human. So you're something other than an actual man of the earth. You're a sub-creation that wants to so badly prove itself that you can't. And all you do is sow destruction. And then the wake of your destruction, you decide to do acts that wouldn't even be necessary had you not carried on in the first place. Your whole understanding is fucking crazy. Literally illogical. Morons on the run, in charge. It's what's happening. And Rick is a microcosm and a macrocosm circumstance, because they're not the original powers that were back in the day that did whatever. Again, I blame Iran and them for being weak and getting crushed by the Christians. The Muslims got their asses beat. When they get done talking, they got crushed. They got crushed so bad the Spaniards became Catholics. It was like, fuck it. Fuck it. And these guys don't see the deal breakers. You can't do business with people who fucked your ancestors over. There is no deal to be had. That's already a deal breaker, bitch, but you don't know nothing. And I'm trying to give you the game so that way you understand some shit going forward. Listen, El Mencho got whacked down. Listen, my favorite cartel guy, right? My favorite cartel guy, for sure. People like, oh, your father died like this and that. Made his own decisions. See, I'm completely strict about being objective and unbiased and impartial. And I have a way about it where in which you might think that I'm callous and heartless. I love my father. If you say something bad about my father right now, I'll rip your throat off and try to tear your fucking head off your shoulders. No doubts about it. There's no question. Like, if you think Tucker Carlson, who looks like a bird, and I would literally, I'll talk bad about that nigga's father and then break his neck. You feel me? He'll never do nothing with me. Bitch ass motherfucking white boy. He can pipe up on a college student and talk like that. I would have got up on him and said what I said about his daddy right then and there. Your daddy was CIA. He was a bitch ass dick and booty faggot nigga, just like you are, you faggot ass white boy, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And would have beat the shit out of him if he had stepped up. But I'm built like that. I'm for real life, nigga. Whatever you think John Henry was, nigga, a miniature version, a real life fucking problem. And I don't play with nobody. I can shoot the breeze, and I can talk small talk if you want me to. I can even have a sense of humor. I'll exercise that. But once you start wanting to play fucking games and joke around or think I'm the fucking, I give a fuck about you or what the fuck you love or anything like that. Nigga, it's all about me if it's like that. Fuck you. The same way you think you feel, trust me, Meech is 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times that. That's why I'm so giving, because I know I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm like, you start talking crazy, get beside yourself. I dare you. I want you to, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, because these motherfuckers are randos, as y'all niggas like to say. They're strangers to me. I don't know them. The people I know, I fuck with the long way. But these niggas who think, right, again, there is no deals to be made. Nigga, I'll beat a Turk out of his motherfucking skin, punch his whole head open, and watch his brain fall out. Pink skin, Anglo, and all the same. And a bitch ass nigga. Ain't nobody safe around here if it's like that. Because I'm an equal opportunist. I'm not going to just say, oh yeah, I only beat up on white people or I only put my hands on niggas. No, anybody can get it, nigga. I'm an equal opportunist, nigga. And I love it. And the deal breaker was already had. And these bitch ass motherfuckers done broke the deals. And I love it. Killing El Mencho hurt America. Did not help it. Did not help it. Did not help it. Listen, America has police that cordon areas and do all this and this and this. The cartel's like, we're not doing all that. We're just gonna burn some cars up. We're gonna set some shit on fire. We're gonna blockade certain shit, and we're gonna have our little drones out here. Now they didn't tell you that the cartel was using drones to collect information to go see who they gonna go see. Okay then, all these dudes. Again, who the fuck do you think is talking right now? I'm a real nigga, bro. I know this shit. I'm not just some dude fucking flapping his fucking gums like your bitch ass so-called, blackity black, talkivist. Word. They claim to be B1. These bitch ass niggas ain't black nothing. Their car might be black. Right on? They're not black at all on the inside. Them niggas are fucking yeller. Yeah. Yeller. You know what that means? Yeah, to be yellow on the inside, nigga. You niggas is some motherfucking disease. Jaundice, you just some scary ass motherfucker, nigga. You yellow on the inside, nigga. Fuck you. Yeah. Talk that shit, nigga. Let's talk it. Again, the deal breakers were already had. These dudes are literally in a situation where they can't get out of it. I wish I could just keep piffing and keep telling y'all how fucked up it really is. Because it really is fucked up. And this is me speaking in again, this is a controlled tone, right? Because my normal voice is like this. This is why I don't project. I don't speak regular. I don't talk regular. Because niggas be saying I'm trying to yell. So if I speak like this and I just calm it down a little bit for their bitch asses, right? For their weak asses, then that way they feel comfortable. But not knowing, like, nigga, I will still snatch your whole fucking head off calmly, talking just like this, and tell you why I'm ripping your head off. It's not a threat if you know you can do it. I know I could tear somebody's head off the show. For a fact, I know I can. Right. I just don't do shit like that to people because that's evil to do. But if somebody stresses me in any kind of way, I will most definitely dunk them on their head and then proceed to try to tear their whole shit off. If you're gonna, again, I was charged with assault one that carries a 10-year sentence, right? You feel me? Like I might as well just get the attempted murder charge or just get the murder charge and just tear their head off. If you're gonna if I'm gonna be put in a position, if you're gonna be put in again, deal breakers, right on. It's a deal breaker for me. You're gonna make me take my clothes off, right on. Put me in fucking solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? Basically, fucking humiliate me, right? I might as well go ahead and do something worth that action. So when niggas read that motherfucking paperwork, tore whoever's head off, removed their head with his hands, right? Broke their whole fucking head open type of shit where niggas is like, you can't do all that. Okay, sure I can. But I didn't even hit the white boy my hardest. And he didn't even get no real asshole. He just got touched up a little bit. If I was really on some vicious, evil shit, I could have just ripped his whole head off. Snapped his neck easily. It wouldn't have been it's not even it's literally not even a conversation for me because I was there. I was in it. And I had to refrain myself from doing extreme violence. These niggas who be out here, these niggas are with guns, with nukes, and they're scared to death. Again, deal breaker fucking with a nigga like me is that you need all that shit to even be talking. If you need Secret Service to come sit down and with me, it's a deal breaker. Use a pussy. Use a hoe. Use a faggot, nigga. In that order. Carmen Best tried 2 times to come down to Tacoma and clandestine, so-called, just trying to be incognito and was hoping that I was going to speak to her. Word? Got nothing to talk about, dog. Right on? You did some weird ass shit. You let your officers do some weird ass shit. It's a deal breaker, nigga. And I'm glad that they ran your monkey ass up out of there, you raggedy bitch. Yeah, that's right. Deal breaker for me. Again, understand, RIC is just the focus of it. Their deal breaker status took place almost 1,000 years ago. Right. But now we're living in the future or the present, whatever you want to say from that moment and those moments, and these dudes are literally fucking still doing weak ass shit. It's a deal breaker, bro. You haven't closed down the Strait of fucking Hormuz, bro, like some real motherfuckers would do, bro. You're weak. You're weak. Shut it down. You don't want us to have nukes? I don't want nobody to have oil then. Fuck it. You bitch ass niggas over there scared as a motherfucker, bro. Russia and China got your back, man. Pop this shit the fuck off and quit being scared, bro. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of all you niggas motherfucking jockeying and doing all this saber. You motherfuckers is weak as fuck, bro. All y'all is weak. Trump is weak for not just going in there and just trying to blitzkrieg Iran. Right on? And just saying, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. He's weak. He's a weak ass old man. Right on. He's a bitch ass motherfucking dude from fucking Bavaria, really, right? And I'm not talking about him personally. I'm just talking about his granddaddy. That's the only why he's here. If his granddaddy had fought and fought for his own fucking country, right on, he wouldn't even be here right now. He wouldn't even be in a situation where he's even talking about even have to deal with fucking nukes. If his granddaddy had fought before nukes were even a fucking thought concept, this guy wouldn't even be in this situation. Coward. And now you got the same fucking coward pretty much, right? In charge of everything. That is his grandson. So that's him right there. No matter what y'all want to say. The orange man want to be dark like his granddaddy. His granddaddy came here and could get a good tan. But he was dead long before he could ever see him. I'm sure his father, Fred, trumped him. Oh man, my father, he tanned well, son. So that's why he wants to be the orange man. Y'all don't even get the basic level of understanding. The swarthy complected, as Professor Schmuckatelli would say. And that being said, I have to stress it for my people. You do not get to this place unless they do not want you to be at this place. What you mean? They don't want Iran to be in this position. They always wanted Iran to do something different. So every situation that niggas be in, they thought you was going to do something different. They thought niggas was going to do something different with all the activities, all the programs, all the shit. They thought that some niggas was going to really be like majestic and royal and regal and step up and lead the people. Right. But this is the opposite. This is like what you didn't want because you actually made that happen. Right. So because they never allowed for those people over there in the so-called Middle East to just duke it out and to allow one tribe to really rule over the other. Right. The Shia or Sunni, it doesn't matter to allow them to duke it all the way out and really battle and be like, this group is in charge of this whole swath of land. They can't do that because guess what? They're all hypocrites. Again, these motherfuckers are masochists. So they can only the pain is what they feed on. They don't feed on giving other people pain or dealing it out so much. They feed on the pain. So once they've felt so much pain, they're ready to have peace. Where the sadist is different. Once they've dealt so much damage, they're ready to have peace. So again, I don't know if these people are really Turks. If they really are some Scandinavian motherfuckers, they might be some Turk Mongoloid motherfuckers in his bloodline. Right. Where he might be, a 16th, whatever. It might be fucking his whole thought process up. I don't care about none of that shit. I know it's a deal breaker, nigga, for you to have been talking this whole time, and to not have done nothing. Word. Man, for every motherfucking person, listen, nigga, Israel wiped out motherfucking tens of thousands of motherfuckers, bro, for less. And I know y'all trying to play the whole with the peace shit. You don't get peace by doing that. Right. If y'all talking about peace through strength, this is not the kind of strength. It's showboating like King David did and numbering all the people of Israel. And these niggas better shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? With all that bullshit that they doing. Because understand what happened is that the angel of the Lord came, right, and put the hurt on the people. And David is out there renting his garments and talking about how they don't deserve it and all that. Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Word. Had you not numbered all these motherfucking people, nigga like you, that nigga, this wouldn't even be a problem, bro. Right. And captain of the host told him that was the issue. But you don't got nobody in the motherfucking goddamn shit. You got a bunch of yes men. Bunch of motherfuckers who trying to come up off of this so-called administration who's really not even doing the same thing. Because hundreds of thousands of people should be being deported every fucking day. Every 7-Eleven should have been hit up. Every 7-Eleven in every state should have been hit up already. And sent these motherfuckers packing. Get them the fuck up out of here. And the leases should have been made so low that a homeless nigga could afford to pay the lease in the building. Right. Since y'all allowed these fraudulent terrorist motherfuckers to be up in this bitch anyway, with no ID, no nothing to prove who the fuck they are. You don't know if they fuck goats, children, or old women against their will, nigga. Right. And here you are. You got these bitch ass niggas all up over here. Right. You don't know what the fuck they do. You have no idea. You can't tell me because you don't know who the fuck they are. Right. And but yet you know who Tyrone is. The monster that Tyrone became is because of this country. Seen too many movies, seen too much shit, had too much shit implanted in his mind at a young age, and he acted on that shit when he should have never have it. But he never came to the understanding that that shit's not real, homie. That's an actuality that if you practice it out, it will possibly be your demise. But that's not something that they talk about. So again, these dudes don't even recognize that the shit that you watching is a bunch of deal breakers. Your entertainment is a bunch of deal breaking bullshit. Nigga, I dare you to go out there and be like anybody you seen in one of these motherfucking movies that's an action movie. Nigga, you going to prison, dog, for a long time. Trust me. You're going to be fighting a motherfucking case if nothing else. That's why the movies are fake. Because you never see the dudes who are doing all that shit end up fighting a fucking criminal case. Again, it's a deal breaker, nigga. But your stupid asses will watch that shit and be like, oh, that shit is real, nigga. On Cetus, that's real. You bitch ass niggas is weak. Word? You better sit the fuck down somewhere and learn something. And I'm talking about the bitch ass niggas again who want to come and take off the plate and eat off the plate and don't got nothing to offer. Nothing. Didn't even bring Tupperware to the fucking cookout or paper plates or nothing. Right on? Nigga, you didn't even wear your Sunday's best to the cookout. You bitch ass nigga. You just showed up in some sweats and a greasy ass fucking tank top, nigga. Hair uncombed and matted to your head and everything. Just bitch ass nigga. Word? And expect to be fed. Right, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I'm on some nigga. It don't take a village to raise a child. It never has and it never will, nigga. It takes the people who made that baby to raise that child. And if they can't do that themselves, then they ask the fuck out. That's right. We know what kind of environment we're in. The village will be around the child. They will be a part of the child's life. Shit we should be teaching is the child has to get along to live in the village. Not the other way. We're not raising this motherfucker. Nigga, if these two people don't got enough good sense to tell you right from wrong, right on, because a real disciplined child, once they hear any form of disciplines that's likened to their parents, guess what they do? They fall in line. But unruly children do bullshit. And I'm tired of people acting like unruly children can make a deal. A sadist and a masochist are unruly. America is a sadist country. The whole Middle East, Central Asia, whatever the fuck you want to call it, nigga, West Asia, well, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Right. Yeah. Masochist. Didn't know that? That's why they say everybody who dies is a martyr. Oh, inshallah, all that bullshit, nigga. Your most beloved relative just got murdered, cuz, and you're talking about they're a martyr. They're not a fucking martyr, my nigga. They're a victim, dog. You cannot be a victim and a martyr at the same time. Nobody calls a sacrifice on the altar a martyr. It's a victim for that reason. Now, a willing sacrifice, I don't know how much of a victim I guess a victim of your own stupidity or your own altruism or whatever the fuck, but see what I'm saying? Like, the victimhood, I try to put on people who are unwilling. I don't want to hear about mental health and somebody giving themselves up. If you kill yourself in this life, right on, you gave up too early. King Saul gave up too early. Fell on his own sword. Had he not fallen on his fucking sword, his armor bearer might have lived. Right. Just dumb shit like that. Like, his armor bearer might have actually fucking lived. Right. The Philistines might have actually had mercy on the Amalekite. Now, there's no telling. They might have just murked him all the same, but I'm just telling y'all right now, for him to have escaped, right, because Saul pretty much killed himself, he's like, I don't want these guys to, like, degrade. They're going to degrade your body anyway. But Again, by King Shaul killing himself, he didn't even give David the chance to come and rescue him. Now niggas is like, damn, me, I didn't even look at it like that. I'm like, again, y'all don't know nothing about nothing. That's why you talk the bullshit you talk. I'm telling you some real. That's why you can't ever give up on yourself. Never. Good friend of mine killed himself like that. They don't say that, but I know what happened. Right on. They said he was making his own dough, but I know he made that shit potent enough to take himself out. Word? Like that's the only logical explanation. Because I don't know very many people who died like that who do dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very special, like almost like he killed himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I grew up with this dude, love this dude. This is my boy. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you again, you got to be stronger than that. Iran and them, they're because they're a fucking masochist country. They're willing to take all this fucking damage. They should be stronger than that, bro. You can't do suicide by America, right on. Suicide by police, pretty much, because that's what other people do. They get fed up and they go out there and they do some crazy shit and then they make the police kill them. Nigga, what? Listen, today I'm talking to the motherfucking cop. I'm like, yo, dog, y'all gotta go clear this shit up. He's like, there's nothing we can really do. He's like, I'm off duty. Whoop-de-whoop. Let me tell you something, man. A real motherfucker, off duty or not, would have turned his car around and been like, what are you talking about? And I'd be like, right over here. And he'd have went and did something. It was a deal breaker once he told me all the bullshit he was telling me. Fuck it. I have to take matters into my own hands. That's what I heard. I'm not going to fucking city council. Did the bums go to city council? Did the fucking homeless niggas who were selling dope and doing dope go to city council to fucking set up shop? No, they didn't. I got you, cuz. Fuck it. Since we all on some motherfucking primal caveman shit, I can get there with you. But that's bullshit. I shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying? There should be a better way to resolve this shit. I've already asked these people to leave kindly, politely. You guys gotta understand, like, I'm not one of them kind of people that's gonna ask you too many times. It's just like, if I tell you, nigga, turn yourself in, and you're my homie, and you don't turn yourself in when you get caught by the police, nigga, don't call me for shit. Right on? If I'm like, nigga, go down there and quash your warrants, get your warrants quashed. If they arrest you in there, nigga, I'll put money in your books. I'll take. I'm that kind of nigga, like, bro, like, if oh, I got bills to. Okay, well, okay, bro. You should have been thinking about that shit before you got in fucking trouble. Then I don't want to hear I got bills to pay, I got children to take care of, and you got yourself in trouble. Shut the fuck up. Again, deal breaker, nigga. I'm trying to teach my people something. You feel me? Because that way y'all understand what the fuck is really going on. You don't get to put yourself in bullshit and then ask people to bail you the fuck out. Nigga, do what you can do for yourself. If shit goes wrong, this is why when people get hurt, I always laugh because the government is so quick to accommodate for these bitch ass niggas, right? And these bitch ass white folks. When I say bitch ass, I'm talking about niggas. Bitch ass niggas they accommodate for. Motherfucker get hurt, nigga can get his motherfucking goddamn L&I right off rip. Because he's an old dick sucking faggot. And I mean that. But the nigga with 4, 5 children, he gotta wait 6 months, 7 months. And if you get caught working under the table and shit like that, it could fuck your L&I up. It could fuck up your whole claim. Meanwhile, if you don't have the fucking registered monies to be able to accommodate for your mortgage, your property taxes, your rent, whatever, right? But your housing, you see what I'm saying? Like, again, I applaud people who have jobs that don't fire them on frivolous terms. I applaud people who keep those jobs, right on, and save a little bit of bread. Because if you can just pay your shit for, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, they say you're supposed to have a year's worth of savings put away, but that's not realistic. Again, what slave got out of slavery with a year's worth of savings? Again, what would that have been worth for the work that the slaves were doing? If you're talking about top dollar value, what would they have been paid and then got out of slavery with? So the whole idea and that whole term of thinking, that shit is just fucking played out. Like, nigga, it's a played out concept. Deal breaker. You can't tell me to be in a position that I wasn't put in, motherfucker. All these begging ass niggas who need other people to support their lifestyles. I don't need these niggas to tell me nothing. I listen to the weak shit that they say and I'll be like, oh, they got that from me. And I move on. I promise you. I promise you that's what I do to these niggas. They're my sons and daughters, nigga. They're my children, nigga. And they're older than me. And I son these niggas. And I wish one of these niggas would tell me to my face, I won't son them, nigga. I'll beat they motherfucking ass for taking hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, nigga, off the table from me. You got it from me. And didn't send me one red penny. For that, you get your ass beat. It ain't got nothing to do with respect, nigga. It's about honor, nigga. Right on? Have some. But because these motherfuckers is so stupid, they really think I won't knock their teeth out with their families present. Like, nigga, you can reach for a gun. You can clutch for it all you want to, cuz. Nigga, I could cut your neck. I could cut your... I could literally hit you with a motherfucking nasty-ass fluid, nigga, that'll burn your fucking eyes out before you even get to the gun. You'll have no chance. I'll just put an aerosol on you, nigga. They sell them bitches everywhere. Like, people don't understand because there are dangerous niggas, people like me walking around here who are like, bro, please. Nigga, I'll spray you in the face with Lysol, nigga, while I punch you in the mouth, cuz, and make you motherfucking swallow that shit and kick you all in your nuts while I do it. So you for sure choke it down and swallow. It's over, nigga. Whatever happens, happens to you. Fuck you, nigga. Right. Don't play with me. Evil, I guess. Or just willing to do shit that most people ain't willing to do. And when I say I will do it, it's not a question. I wish somebody would throw. I wish a nigga who's 7 foot, 500 pounds, please, nigga, so I can take it all out on you, nigga. I'm gonna treat you like you saw my father bad, dude. And I'm gonna try to tear your whole fucking head off. And I guarantee they're gonna say, this motherfucker's strong as fuck, and this nigga's crazy as fuck. And I shouldn't have been picking a fight with this nigga. Yeah. Being brolic don't mean nothing to me. You can be as brolic as you want to be. Your chin, that thing right there, can only take so many of those. And I know for a fact if I just get one of them off on a motherfucker, I don't punch things on the chin because I don't want to knock them out because I don't want to kill them on accident. But if I'm on some killer shit, your chin is going to get touched. Right. If Iran is really about that shit or America's really about that shit, nigga, touch the motherfucker's chin, nigga. Put him to sleep, cuz. Put him down, my nigga, and then finish him off. I don't want to hear nothing else about none of this other shit, nigga. That's the deal breaker for me. The real deal breaker was that nothing will be done, and you bitch ass niggas will still be looking like cowards holding your dicks in the next few days. You're weak as fuck for talking about this shit this whole time. Right on? Listen, I talk about the shit I talk about because I'm about to pop it the fuck off. I pops it the fuck off all the time. You niggas are weak as fuck for even building a army to go over there. Right. You should have just smacked them again and then just put Israel in fucking mortal danger. If they're God's chosen, God won't let nothing happen to them. Facts. Nothing too bad that they can't come back from. Facts. How the Iranians gonna be a greater threat than Hitler? And y'all say Hitler's the worst motherfucker to ever live. Shut the fuck up. You don't even make sense. And Hitler wasn't no fucking goddamn Islamist. So you don't even make sense. Again, your deal breakers it's a deal breaker in itself. The whole deal is a deal breaker. Because there shouldn't be a fucking deal. There should just be action. Straight getting down, stomping on motherfuckers all the way. I'm talking about that real shit. Y'all scared to do it? You need a nigga like me? Come, give me $300,000. I'll go and show your troops how it's done. Don't worry, I'm in shape. I can swim. I can do all that shit. Yeah, I've clearly bettered myself as I've gotten older. You know what I mean, right? I can do all the things that I couldn't do as well younger, extremely well now. Love it. Love it. Don't love swimming. I don't love water because it's dangerous. Just like I don't love being in vehicles because they're dangerous. I'd rather be on my fucking 2 feet where I know where everything makes sense. And as fast as I can walk is as fast as I can think. You can say as fast as you can run, but you might be able to run faster than your brain can process, for real, for real. If you really got some speed, you know what I'm talking about. Because a real runner just needs an open area where they can run and not have to worry about anything. That's it. But if you can walk really fast and you can process information and see what's going on in a quick measure, then you also understand what I'm saying. Like being able to think as fast as you walk is way more powerful than understand. It's an actual processor. No computer moves on the move other than a laptop or a phone. Or something. But even then, they're not processing information. They're not doing anything that requires survival. Right. They're a device. They'll work regardless if they're repaired. If you die, it's over. And again, the deal breaker for America and for Iran should be basic. Somebody's got to lose. I'm sorry, this is like a real casino right now. Somebody got to lose, dog. Maybe they both lose. Maybe it's a draw, right? Maybe nobody wins. But I don't feel like America has the juice to really fuck with Iran. There was a time when only America could send 50,000 or 100,000 troops to somewhere, but Iran doesn't need to send 100,000, 50,000. They got a bunch of people over here, right on, who came here through the southern border and said that their name was Enrique Torres, and they speak fluent Spanish, and they work in Mexican restaurants, and you don't know that this nigga's actually from Iran. He's claiming to be Jewish. Oh yeah, that's the good one right there. The Iranian guy who looks Jewish speaks actual little Yiddish and shit like that. He's brushed up on his Jewish history. Got a nice little backstory. His mother's Iranian or his mother's, Armenian or some shit like that. His father's Jewish. Make it sound good. And fucking, proceed on. You have no idea how many of these dirty bastards are out here. That's why I laugh. Because you think that you think that you think that you know, but you really don't realize what the fuck you're dealing with. Every Pablo and a Pablo. And every Do Yang and a Do Yang. Right. Every Habib and a Habib. The shit is deeper than you realize. Yeah. So when you start to understand that there is no deal, y'all. This shit's a whole deal breaker. I don't trust none of them. They shouldn't be trusted. There should have just been an outright attack anyway. They should have never stopped attacking from last year. That was weak what they did. America's weak. America's weak, bro. Listen. You're telling me in the 90s or even early 2000s they would have just fucking let Iran do, bro? Listen, they just let you, nigga. Sending one missile would have been too much, let alone hundreds of them. Like you guys don't even understand what the fuck is going on, bro. America's weak as fuck right now, and all the other countries are just chomping at the bits, licking on their fucking. Just like, yeah, they're doing one of those. Yeah, that teeth suck. That. Yeah, they're ready. They're ready to do some real damage to this shit. And I'm just waiting back in the wings. Again, I don't give a fuck what they do. I don't care. If I'm there, I'll stop somebody only because I'm there. Only because I'm not going to let you just kill me. That's it. If I'm not there, boo-hoo. That's it. Straight like that. And you better take the same agency in your lives if you want to live a long life. Don't let them, they can't protect you. A gun that is not in your hands cannot shoot for you. A gun that's not there can't do anything for you. So when these dudes do whatever the fuck they're doing, nigga, you don't have to follow no rules. They don't follow rules. That makes sense? There are no rules, fuck it. There are no rules, fuck it. See what I'm saying? You're right, deal breaker, right? If I'm saying there are no rules, but there's been no rules. You can fuck on somebody else's wife, get her pregnant. Somebody else raised the children. You call a nigga a simp for raising the children. Willfully. Not like it's a dude who fucking did some weak shit to get with the chick. Willfully raises a child. You're like, this nigga's a simp. Okay. Keep the same energy. I hope you niggas realize that you guys look like simps right now. Or look like punks right now. Because you won't even take back your own shit. Straight at her moves. America is how many thousands of miles away from a motherfucking Strait of Hormuz, nigga? It ain't right. While all that shit was going on in fucking Iraq, Iran should have been doing what the fuck they needed to do. Instead, they let themselves get sanctioned. Fucking busters. Punks. And the Houthis are worthless. 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 Niggas is talking about, oh, they forced America to do this and this. Do y'all realize how many bombs they dropped? Okay. Again, a masochist will say anything. The sadist will do anything. The masochist will tell you how, well, as long as you don't finish us, we're okay. That's only a stupid motherfucker would say some shit like that. Only somebody who's unlearned and doesn't understand how it works. Nigga, it's over for the people who died, bro. God is not judging right this moment for that. So that means that you gotta wait for the judgment, nigga. That means you better stay alive, dog. Because if you look stupid to tell me I should just let myself get killed and then let God judge these niggas. Motherfucker, please. I'll kill them first and foremost, and then we'll deal with whatever the fuck comes after that. You got me fucked up. And America's gonna let these dudes, because these motherfuckers are here by the millions. America's afraid to really do anything. America's full of cowards. Right? Trump is a fucking coward, bro. If he wasn't a coward, he would already pulled the trigger on these niggas, and they already did something to him. Right. Right. They're afraid of Russia. They're again, you want to so badly be friends with Vlad, nigga. Fuck Vlad if it's like that, nigga. Y'all talking about American interest? Okay, let me see some American interest, guys. Step on these niggas and be like, get the fuck out the way of the Strait of Hormuz. Matter of fact, nigga, we taking this country over and we giving it to another group. Do some real old school colonial shit. You motherfuckers ain't about that life. I know you're not because I see how you're moving. And again, deal breakers are already, y'all are dealing in deal breakers. How the fuck are we doing a deal? If your first deal is a deal breaker, if there are no deals, y'all. That's why that word capitulation been thrown around so fucking loose. It's not even capitulation. It's not even surrender, my nigga. It's willful exile. That's what you can do. You can willfully exile yourself. And even then, there's no guarantee that they want to attack Iran just to show military motherfucking power and prowess and push back Russia and China just a little bit. They scared, though. They scared. If they was really about that life, they would have did something. Americans have been killed fighting for Russia and fighting against Russia. Why should Russia say anything if America sinks a fucking boat with just a bunch of Russians on it, or China or whoever, or India, whoever? Again, all nuclear power countries who have a bunch of citizens in the United States. Again, there's a reason why these motherfuckers are so slow to act. These dudes are fucking cowards and they're scared. And the deal breaker was that you guys already got too many of the enemy here, so you can't even do nothing. You niggas look like bitches. And you need black people way more than we'll ever need you. I'm standing in the wings. I'm like, yeah, they can call me back, but now I need $35 an hour. Yeah. We're not renegotiating for the same price of money. Right on. Well, now, again, I'm out of slavery, cuz. So I can't do it for free. And I'm out of the military. I already did a term and they kicked me out. So I really can't come back for free. Y'all got to pay me, like I said, I'll take $300,000 a year. Go over there and lay bitches out. That's semi worth it. I really want more than that though. I really want a few million a year to go over there and lay people down. I want my own team. I want my own equipment. I want all my own shit. But nigga, I'm not dealing with these weak ass motherfuckers because guess what? Y'all kicked me out. Now fight this battle yourself. Right. That's a deal breaker. You can't recall me. You can't make me come back and serve. You see how scared America looks? You see how weak America looks? There's a time when a nigga like me could have never said no shit like that. Yeah. The push and the prowess is on full motherfucking display here real soon. Nigga, this is a politician talking to you. A warrior diplomat. A real one. I politic at the highest level, and I don't politic with poop butts. So if you're a fucking coward, I have nothing to talk to you about, ever, at all. Grow some, and then we might be able to fucking have a fucking conversation. Nobody looks strong by flexing. You don't. You look strong by doing shit. So the fact that we're in a situation where Rick, America, white heaven, all the different parts of white heaven, because you got the Europe white heaven, you got the America white heaven for sure. Then all the little vestiges and vassals, and people don't even understand. Like, nigga, I'm not here to ask you nothing. I don't need their opinion on this. I'm telling you what the fuck I know. And like I said, nigga, I'm ready to romp or stomp, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, straightener, all that, to straight punish people. And I'm just waiting in the wings. And like I said, nigga, y'all niggas is out here dealing in deal breakers. Why would I do anything yet? I'm waiting for y'all to make your move so I can make my move. Does that sound unrealistic? Does that sound unviable? Huh? Does that sound stupid that I would want for people who are already going to do the wrong thing to do the wrong thing? They're dealing in deal breakers, my people. There was no deal to begin with. America is a failing state. It's a failing country. It's a third world nation with first world amenities. And it's on its way out. And I'm just watching, I'm laughing. People are like, well, what about you people? My people been fine, dog. We've been fine. We'll be okay. We here now. We're going to be here in the future. Fuck America if we can't be here, nigga. We'll go wherever the fuck we can be at. Yeah. And I ain't going to expat. I ain't running nowhere, nigga. I'm going to go as the wind blows. And when it blows a certain direction real hard, I know I need to go that same direction and not against it. Don't fight the current. Go with the flow. Because meanwhile, back on the ranch, it'll be Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. You can believe that. My brothers and my sisters, before I roll out, I need y'all to really put this into your minds. Rick is dealing in a deal breaker atmosphere. Everything is a deal breaker. There are no deals to be made, y'all. It's compromise. It's compromise. And I've held that word in this whole time. Deal breaker. Compromise. That's what a deal breaker is. Compromise. Anybody who's ever taken anger management, if you've actually taken it and know the root of all anger is compromise. So anybody who's ever been through anger management would never compromise themselves. Understand that. That's why a deal is no good if it's dealing in compromise. It's a deal breaker. My brothers and my sisters, as I get ready to roll out, I held on to that to this last moment, so that way people could try to say they thought I was tripping. I will never compromise myself, ever. If I have to do something that makes me seem a certain way, I will do that thing, so that way the things that need to be done will be done. And so that way other people don't have to be in fear. If you put me in a position to where I have to punish you, guess what? I will punish you. But if you put me in a position where I can bless you, I'm going to bless you. Right. A curse is a punishment, people. It's a long-standing punishment. Yes. To represent something of a wrongdoing. Yes. A blessing is a reward. Both are consequences. A punishment is a consequence. A reward is a consequence. With or of sequence. So the consequence of paying your bills is having a place. and having whatever amenities that the bills pay for. The consequence of not paying your bills may be a punishment, right on? Now, you can say that a punishment could be a reward and a reward could be a punishment. You can talk all the semantic fuckery you want to talk about, but the words are different and they're different for a reason. My brothers and my sisters, know this. There will never be a time where in which a deal that asks you to compromise yourself will not be a deal breaker. It will forever be that. I salute you. I salute you again. And I salute you once more. May tomorrow truly, remarkably outperform and be much greater than today. And may your next week so much so far exceed the last week that you almost forget about it. I love you with all my heart and soul, and don't you ever be afraid to defend yourselves and fight for yourselves, because at the end of the day, there is no deal for your life.